Well, at least now, waking up is fun with my cherry and maple nightstand. Well, maybe not that much more fun, but it was fun to make these. I made a pair of these nightstands because, well, one nightstand is just not that satisfying. I want to get these 2 maple boards for the legs glued up now so that they can be drying while I'm working on other stuff. I've got all of the pieces cut for both nightstands with the exception of the drawer pieces, and I'm going to cut those to fit after everything else is assembled. I'm going to ease over these sharp edges of the legs with a small chamfer. I could use a round over bit, but I don't want any curves in this project. I'm going to put this all together using pocket screws, and I'm going to start by building the sides. Since the legs are 1 inch thick and all of these side pieces are 3/4 of an inch thick, there's going to be a 1/4 inch reveal. So this will be the inside where I can put the pocket screws, but I want the reveal to be on the outside. So I need to lift this up using a 1/4 inch piece of plywood. With that flush on the top, I can clamp it together. It'll be easier to put the screws in. The drawer drops 6 inches down from the top, so I've made this 6-inch wide spacer that I'll use on all the sides. And these pieces I'm going to glue in and use the pocket screws. I didn't put any glue on this top rail because I may need to adjust that a little bit when I put the top on, and the top is going to give it a lot of strength. This lower shelf needs the corners cut out for the legs. This iron-on edge banding will conceal the edge of the plywood. Okay, this part I think is going to be a little bit tricky, but it's going to be similar to the way I did these 2 side panels. I've got that 1/4 inch piece of plywood to pull it up, and I've got my 2 back boards. And the important part is I've got to put this shelf in before I glue it together, otherwise I'll never be able to get it in there. It just occurred to me that this shelf goes all the way to my workbench, so I cut my 1/4 inch plywood in half. So now I can set that up, and same with the top. I'm gonna try to glue this shelf down now. I've cut out this 1/2 inch maple runner for the front, and I'm just going to glue it into place. And I can glue in these 1/2 inch wide drawer runners. After testing this out with the tops, I think it's gonna look better if I cut some new tops and make them overhang about 1/2 inch all the way around. I'm building the drawers out of 1/2 inch plywood. I'm just cutting all of these drawer pieces to size and testing it out. I just want to make sure that when it's pushed in all the way, it goes back beyond this runner, because there's going to be a false front on this. That runner will stop the drawer. These rabbets will hold the bottoms to the drawers. I'm going to glue and nail these drawers together. I cut out a couple of pieces of hardboard for the bottoms, and I'll just glue them in. I'll put some weights on these to clamp it down. I don't want to put a lot of weight on these because it can cause that bottom to bow. Now I can apply the edge banding to these larger tops. I could finally glue on the tops. I'm gonna finish these with a few coats of brushing lacquer. Paste wax on the bottom of the drawers and the runners makes the drawers slide really easily. And thank you for watching this week's episode of Woodworking for Mere Mortals. If you'd like to make your own nightstands, check in the description for a set of free plans you can download. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel where I have new woodworking videos every Friday. And please visit my website at woodworkingformeremortals.com and follow me on Twitter and Facebook. See you next week.